On to our top story tonight. Right now, you are taking a live look out at Brookings, where today the offshore wind energy plan is now delayed by the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. BOEM says today it is postponing the offshore wind energy auction. Thanks for joining us for News Watch 12 at 6. I'm Haley Gravitt. With the original auction date a little more than 2 weeks away now, only 1 in 5 qualified companies were interested in bidding. News Watch 12 has kept you informed of the controversies surrounding the auction of this land. News Watch 12's Rocky Walker reached out to those involved in the community to hear their response. Rocky.
Well, Haley, like you interest, but with discontent to the sale in the first place, the city, local politicians, and those desiring legal action against the U.S. agency are considering this to be a win. This announcement comes from the agency just a little more than a week after it was announced that the Confederated Tribes of Coos, Lower Umpqua, and Siuslaw Indians were suing BOEM. They were suing BOEM, saying they moved forward with the project too hastily without seeing how it would affect not only local wildlife, but local communities.
A pause, which, really is a win. It's a win for everybody. It's a win to make sure our ocean resources are adequately considered, and it's also a win for folks who even want to have offshore wind to make sure we do it in a way that benefits everybody.
Tribal Council Chair for the Confederated Tribes, Brad Nieper, sent us a statement showing him being pleased with this outcome. He says, and I quote, "Canceling the lease sale makes sense." He says different communities within the region have urged BOEM to slow down the project to get a better understanding of its effects on the environment and local resources. And he says the pause of the sale can possibly bring bigger changes, saying the tribe will now reconsider litigation pending against BOEM. And I was told by their legal representation that this will be discussed in the next week. The city of Brookings says a lack of communication and dialogue is why they didn't support the project and why this feels like a win.
This was a bad lease sale for us. It wasn't really showing anything that was going to be positive or productive for our community, and it really did feel like it was just being shoved down our throat.
And Isaac Hodges' colleague, City Councilor Andy Martin, shares the sentiment, saying, I quote, "I am glad this auction has been canceled." He says the community didn't get any support from the federal government and didn't feel heard out when addressing concerns for the environment or the local community. He said, I quote, "The city of Brookings has opposed this project from the beginning. I am glad this has fallen apart now instead of after major environmental and economic damage was done to our region." And Merkley mirrored the rest of the sentiments mentioned, calling the suspension of the lease sale the right move. He says the agency must now learn from this rushed process, saying it must follow the Oregon way of community engagement to build how this best serves every aspect of the community. So there are definitely lots of moving parts, lots of people, agencies involved, and a lot of feelings with how this is all being handled.
Yeah, and I know you spoke to a lot of them today, but did we get a response from BOEM?
Well, sadly, the thing with BOEM is while we've been trying to, cover this the entirety since the lease sale project has even started, most of our responses has just gone to voicemail. And that's a lot of what today was as well, just going to another voicemail box. But a lot of people I was speaking with today, even politicians, were saying that that's the response that they were getting as well. But I know we have a lot more questions and you at home have a lot more questions. So we are continuing to reach out and make sure to get more information and learn more about what's next. And we'll make sure to tell you all here on Newswatch 12 when those answers come in.
Absolutely. And if you have any questions at home, feel free to reach out to us. This is a developing story, so I'm sure we'll keep you updated when we have more information available.
Exactly. A lot more coming in, and this is not the last we'll hear of this story. We'll probably be following it until the very end.
Definitely. Appreciate it, Rocky. Thank you.